figure it out, but I'm gonna go ahead and explain. See, the side length and the perimeter are actually proportional to each other. What does this mean? As one changes, the other one changes, and there is a constant of proportionality. To illustrate this point, I'm gonna go ahead and simplify those fractions that we came up with earlier, okay? So here, 1/4 is already simplified. Now, this one, 2/8 can be simplified as 1/4 times 2/2, right? Now, here, we can simplify it as 1/4 times 3/3. Here, we can simplify it as 1/4 times 4/4. And lastly, we can simplify this one as 1/5 times 5/5. Note that all these fractions here are actually just 1, right? I mean, 2/2 is 1, 3/3 is 1, 4/4 is 1, 5/5 is 1. So see, in fact, we always have this proportion between the side length and the perimeter. Even if the side length is bigger, the perimeter changes by exactly the same amount, right? We always have the same fraction, right? I mean, 1/4 is the same as 2/8. They're equivalent, right? 3/12 is equivalent to 1/4 again. And 4/16 is equivalent to, and like that for 5/20. So yeah, that's example 1. Perimeter and side length are proportional. We have a second example. It says here, if you get paid by the hour, then your check amount is proportional to the hours you worked. What is the proportionality constant? Explain. So here, the answer to this one is your hourly wage. How can I put it simply? Yeah, whatever you get paid by the hour results in whatever check you get. Say you work 30 hours a week, so you get a check of 600. What does that mean? What is the constant of proportionality? Constant would be 20, right? Because if you multiply 30 times 20, you get 600. So see how the amount you get paid by the hour is what this constant that relates the hours worked and the amount in your check. Here we're not dealing with taxes yet or any of that. Okay. So yeah, we are gonna move on to the next one. The last one was percentage. So percentage is tricky for a lot of people, but actually it's just another example of proportionality. So the definition of percentages is a number or ratio expressed as a fraction of 100. It is often denoted using this special symbol, right? Everybody knows the percentage symbol. So we have a couple of examples. The example 1 says 20% of 100 equals 20. Everybody knows that, right? Out of 100, if you pick 20%, it is 20. 20% of 50 equals 10. Now this is not as intuitively clear as the other one, but how do we know this? Well, we can use the same trick that we use for percentages. So here we have that 20% of 100 equals 20, which is very obvious. Now if I do 20% of 50, this says that it is 10. How do I know this? Well, the trick is to try to make the 50 into 100. Say we put it into a fractional form, 10 over 50. So how can I make the 50 into 100? I can just multiply by 2. Now to keep our same proportion, whatever I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. Numerator. So 10 times 2 is 20, and then 2 times 50 is 100. You see, we end up with the same fraction that we had previously. 20 over 100. Okay, so last example says, what does it say? What is 20% of 10? We're gonna do the same exact procedure. 20% of 10. So again, I don't know the answer to this one yet, but on the other ones they gave us the answer. Now how can I use this? So say I have 20 over 100, because I want to know the 20%, equals 10 on the bottom, because 10 is the total, and on top, we don't know this number yet. So we're going to call it x. Now, how can we go about figuring out what x is? We can get rid of this 10, right? We can just multiply by 10, and then whatever I do to one side of my equation, I will do to the other. So then from here we go this way. We have x equals 20 times 10 over 100. What's 20 times 10? 200 over 100. We have here x. So what's 200 divided by 100? That is equal to 2. And that's our answer. 20% of 10 is 2. 2 is 20% of 10. Okay? So now, looks like we're done with this side of the. Wait a minute. Okay, so I have a little bit more data here. Yeah, so why is this important? Why is this percentage important? So sorry, something happened to this.